Norman Reedus favored this episode of The Walking Dead, which also signaled the start of a narrative trend that caused viewers to become split. The Walking Dead, which is based on Robert Kirkman's iconic comic book series, captivated viewers worldwide and went on to become one of the most watched television shows ever. The show is about Rick Grimes, Andrew Lincoln, and his group of survivors in the aftermath of the zombie apocalypse. Daryl Dixon, played by Norman Reedus, was a character made just for the program. Daryl gradually grows to be Rick's right-hand guy and acts more like a brother to him during The Walking Dead. Daryl originally comes across as forceful and even hostile because of his leather vest, motorcycle, and harsh demeanor, but he gradually softens during the series. On many occasions, his battle and survival abilities rescue not only his own life but also the lives of his fellow survivors. Daryl's character is explored in the Season 4 episode Still, which Norman Reedus had mentioned as a favorite, when he travels with Beth Green, Emily Kinney, following the prison's collapse. The Walking Dead cast members were asked by Entertainment Weekly in 2015 which episode they liked best, and Norman Reedus selected Still, a Season 4 episode that focused on Daryl Dixon and Beth Green. Since this article was written in Season 5, the actors' favorite episodes may have changed by now, but Still is still a great look at Daryl Dixon, and Reedus liked the episode's more character-focused plot. Since Daryl talks up about his background when intoxicated, Still provides insight into his character as a more reflective episode. Beth, meantime, consoles Daryl despite still being in shock over the death of her father, Hishel, Scott Wilson, at the hands of the governor, David Morrissey. Still makes up for its lack of plot drive with character development, giving Beth and Daryl more nuance and examining their growing connection. Additionally, the episode gives Beth's eventual death in Coda, the 5th episode of The Walking Dead, a lot more significance than it otherwise would have. Even though Rick Grimes was the show's main character for the majority of its existence, Still and subsequent episodes gave the other characters more nuance. In Too Far Gone, the Season 4 mid-season finale, the main cast members are genuinely separated for the first time following the prison's collapse. Still was the first episode to concentrate just on two people and slow down the plot. It's a welcome diversion from the violence of the earlier episodes, allowing the characters and audience to rest before the next major conflict. Slower episodes like Still may be viewed as fluff by some fans, but others think they're among the series' greatest. The Walking Dead had a lot of gory deaths and zombie brutality during its prime, but it also featured strong cast performances and deep character moments. A few episodes after Still, The Grove presented one of the most tragic and unsettling plots in The Walking Dead, in a follow-up episode that effectively ends the season's story. These episodes give the show the required character understanding in addition to enabling it to tell a variety of stories. However, not all of The Walking Dead's more reflective episodes were as successful as Still or The Grove, and the action lull may give the impression that the characters were merely pacing. Still is the lowest-rated episode of Season 4 on IMDb, for instance, and the lowest-rated episodes in other seasons are frequently more subdued, reflective productions. The Walking Dead's early seasons did a respectable job of striking a balance between character development and plot progression, and the show featured a sizable ensemble cast of intriguing individuals. However, as the series progressed, a growing number of new characters were added, and subsequent seasons became increasingly focused on the plot. It was inevitable that more characters would join The Walking Dead as the show developed, although these characters frequently garnered less attention than their predecessors. Episodes such as Still allowed viewers to learn more about previously unimportant characters, such Beth. While major zombie battles and tragic character deaths have always been a component of The Walking Dead, many fans were drawn to and remained watching the program because of its characters. While character-driven, introspective episodes are vital, they must also make sense in relation to the season's overall plotlines. The Walking Dead undoubtedly had trouble at times striking a balance between character development and fast-paced narrative. But during its 11 seasons, The Walking Dead produced several strong character-focused episodes, and Still is still a crucial episode for comprehending Daryl's personality. Thank you for viewing, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.